Leo Seekers, working with the Mystical Dream Tarot. April 2025. Time flies when you're not having fun. 10 of Wands when you're working hard and you feel the weight of the world and have so many responsibilities and you're overwhelmed. Time flies. Fun stuff. And when you try to be selective and discerning and maybe focus on what should be more prioritized, suddenly the priorities shift and change and you're like, oh wait, I actually can't pass on that one for now and focus on this one for now because now this is important. It's like as soon as you try to focus on one thing, the focus changes. And you're like, are you messing with me, universe? What you doing? You want me to feel overwhelmed and overburdened and dealing with so many things at once? Is that a good question to ask? I think it is. Maybe it's trying to show you, because the only way out is in. Maybe it's trying to show you really what it is that this does to you. Being in the center of everything and being responsible for so much. And having so many expectations placed on you from people. And they put these expectations on you because you encouraged them in one way or the other. And that's okay because you're on it and you're great and you can fulfill and produce and contribute. But do you really need to do that in every single field, in every single situation in your life? Because the manifestation of that is that. And I feel like even now that you're overwhelmed and you're trying to kind of put down some of the responsibilities or the burdens, the universe is like, you're going to eat your own medicine so that you don't do this to yourself again. Because if it will be so easy for you to let go of that or of certain things that you've taken on, you'll just do it again. And prevention is the best method by just not going into things, not making promises. Even though you know you can keep it, do you need to? Should you? Why? Why specifically you? I mean, if it needs to be specifically you, then great. But remember, graveyards are full of people who are irreplaceable. And I think this is how Spirit is teaching you how to be kinder to yourself. 5 of Cups. And how to not experience the feeling of you couldn't show up for something you were supposed to show up for or that you said you'll show up for. And now there's dealing with the sense of either self-disappointment or if someone else was reliant on you, then they're disappointed. And it's dealing with that perhaps right now. Of course, the intention is good. The intention is worthy. Your heart is so big, you just want to give to everyone. But the heart is not meant to do that. The heart is meant to respond to sounds that make it sing. So if there's something, someone that being responsible for, showing up for, really is in alignment with how you feel, either for that situation or for that person or for yourself in relation to the world, then yeah, But if it's just a matter of showing up for something or for someone because it grants this hype or this hit that you're addicted to, right? Gratitude feels great when people give that to you, right? When people are grateful to you for something, it feels amazing. It's very fulfilling, rightly so. It's very natural to feel good about that. But then ask yourself, am I going to do this because I want to experience the feeling of gratitude that will come from this? Or am I doing this because I am wholeheartedly into this situation and the well-being of this situation and of this person and or of this person is something that I truly care for? Do I care about this situation slash this person? Or do I care about the recognition and the gratitude and or the gratitude? Be honest with yourself. And that is a great way to tell what kind of promises you might want or not want to take or to give. And this applies to yourself as well. Committing yourself to a new hobby, a new thing. Is it because you want to add something to the toolbox, or it's because you're actually passionate about it? There's no right and wrong. It's just a matter of not overwhelming yourself and making sure your energy is properly utilized. Ace of Wands. And that you truly enjoy doing what you're doing for whomever or whatever. That it gives you, you know, not just ideological sense of purpose, but also genuine in the moment joy. Dreamer of Cups. The kind of joy that reminds you your childhood dreams or who you've been, that kind of been crushed by responsibility and promises. What happens when you just exist joyfully and people don't rely on you or need you? Do they still care about you? Who and what are you to them when you're not doing something for them? On one hand, you want to know. On the other hand, you're scared to know. Because deep inside, you're just a sweet child who wants to be loved. But is it love when people are around you because of what it is that you do for them? Maybe there's admiration, certainly gratitude, respect, reverence. But is it love? For of Wands. And of course, there are so many people who truly love you. But how liberating will it be to focus your joy and fun and energy and friendship on those who truly care about you as opposed to those who profit somehow from your generosity, from your promises, from your need of acknowledgement? I said it, and it's okay. Which one is more important to you? That's yours to decide and go by. the sun. I see you in the month of April really, really recognized for your contribution, for your talent, for your beauty, for your heart, for whatever applies. Really, really recognized by others, by your environment, by the public. You shine. And you get to really enjoy life again. Because maybe you take my advice, or maybe it's happening regardless. I don't know. As long as it's happening, I'm happy for you. There is a major celebration. April is Passover, so happy Passover to all my Jewish, Israelite, Judean friends, seekers out there who celebrate the holiday that commemorates freedom from enslavement, liberation. Maybe this is what you're celebrating. Maybe you're celebrating something else. Maybe it's something personal. Maybe it's a birth, a status, promotion. Maybe it's just people see you for how beautiful you are, which you are. I do feel like you're about to feel seen in a way that you haven't felt in a long time, and appreciated and valued for it. The dreamer, the dream protector, aka the emperor in this deck. I think you're given a real opportunity, recognition, promotion. Your work and your contribution is going to be really recognized. You'll reach a certain goal. Maybe this will hopefully allow you to kind of do this discernment process that we've been talking about in this reading. It might actually tempt you to do even more. All eyes on you. You're really shining during the month of April. The Lovers. I keep laughing every time this card comes out because the imagery here just I find really entertaining. I do not understand what are they doing. Okay. I don't understand this. What is happening? Okay. You will be facing a moment of choice. I think this success or recognition will kind of bring that about. Like maybe how do you approach this success? What do you do with this now? Where do you take it to? Is this what you truly always wanted? Now that you have what you worked so hard for, now what? Spirit of Swords, aka Knight of Swords. Some of you are going to feel overwhelmed even with this success, recognition, achievement, and suddenly I see some of you making like an abrupt decision to take a completely different direction. It's kind of like as soon as you get what you want, you're not sure, is this what I want? For some of you, not for all of you, of course, no, but the bottom of the deck, the moon, yeah, a lot of you are going to be like, wait, is this what I actually want? With the sun and the moon together in a reading, the Lovers, there's real dilemma in regards to what represents me. Who am I? What am I? Is this what I want for the future? Why have I been working so hard for this? Have I been on autopilot? Have I been doing this for recognition? Have I been doing this for status? Or have I been doing this because I'm passionate? Uh, those are questions that only you can answer yourself, right? But I see you beginning to feel agitated, um, and this kind of opens a portal to your inner psyche that reminds you of deeper layers of yourself that may have been dormant a little bit because you've been so busy. Be careful with not being too harsh on yourself, Leo. The Sorcerer, aka the Devil, and Ace of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. This achievement comes with a price. Of something that you had to tell yourself didn't matter as much, so that you could keep being on the path towards this goal, achievement, purpose, and so on and so forth. Now that you have it and you sit with it, right? You sit with it, with this success. For some reason, you feel very lonely and alone in this, even though you might be surrounded with people. It's not, it doesn't feel like you thought it would feel. That's because you didn't go with how you didn't go with how you feel, you went with how you should. Um, and with the intellectualizing your feelings as opposed to actually feeling your feelings. And you're so talented and you're shining and you're bright, so of course you achieved, right? Watch my 13th element video episode. You'll find it on my 13th element playlist. I might put it right here. About secret of Kabbalah that has to do with truth versus lie. So Kabbalah, which is the esoteric system of Judaism, it speaks about, so it gives the example of the Hebrew alphabet, Aleph to Taf, which is A to Z basically. But the word truth in Hebrew is emet, and it's spelled Aleph Mem Taf. Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Mem is the exact middle letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Taf is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So if you go with the process from start to finish, but you don't skip stages, you include Mem, you include the heart, you include the center of your existence. And you know best about the heart because, Leo, you rule the heart. You're ruled by the sun and you rule the heart. Okay, so when you go through the entire process of A to Z, then that's truth. But when you skip stages, and you skip the beginning of the origin of where you come from and the middle, which is the center, right? The heart chakra, and skip to the end in an attempt to get to the end, you get sheker. Sheker in Hebrew is lie. So sheker is made of shin resh kuf, shin kuf resh, but it's the last three letters before the last letter. So there's taf, the last letter that we had in, Aleph Mem Taf in truth. And then prior to Taf, prior to the Z, there are 3 last letters. Kuf, Resh, Shin, which in reverse order, they spell Shin, Kuf, Resh, Sheker, lie, where you are. It looks like it looks like you have it all. It looks like you've done all of it. It looks like you've gone through the process of all the letters. But it's not just the last 3 letters of the alphabet, they're also a little bit reversed, spelling a lie. And then it doesn't reach the ultimate last final letter and is concluded, and hence is not concluded with truth. It's a lie. So when we skip stages and rush to the result, even if seemingly we're doing a lot of work that is like surface level, uh, you know, pragmatic and organized and chronological, and you reach the result, you reach the success, you reach the status, you reach the recognition. This is where your soul is like, because there's no lie in the broader dimensions of your existence, of your oversoul, right? Duality is here, truth versus lie. But your soul always knows. Even though you went through the pragmatic, chronological, systematic process, the heart wasn't there. There were other reasons for you to do what it is that you do. So it can't get to the tough. You gotta go back to Aleph, to A. And I think, and the devil really symbolizes that process that I just spoke of, the lie versus the truth. And here I feel like you're just beginning to recognize it, or soon are about to begin to recognize it. You just had the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, which is your 9th house. Belief systems of higher learning, of philosophy, of teaching and learning. And it's an energy that relinquishes that which no longer serves you and makes room for that which does. So this could affect, this could have strong effects into the month of April for you and into this process. These are all questions for you to ask yourself and to answer to yourself. I will, though, do right now a sequel for this reading. I will pull a Celtic cross spread and we'll look deeper into what's up in April. So if you resonate and you want to continue with us to your prequel, I'm going to link it right here and in the description box. It's available on Patreon for separate purchase, or for channel members for unlimited streaming of all the other content as well. Thank you to my channel members, by the way. I've had an increase of channel membership recently, which I'm very grateful for. You help me create more content and show up for you more. Us spiritual teachers or YouTubers or or occultists, however you choose to look at us, we're people just like you. We don't have trees made of money, and we need to pay rent and eat just like every other human. So the monetary support and reciprocation or donations, you can also just do that. There's all the links to all the services and possibilities are in the description box. Whatever it is that you do to support and reciprocate is important and helpful, and thank you. And may your generosity return to you 1,000-fold. So stay magic, stay true, stay free. I love you, and some of you I'll see you soon in the prequel.